Hi, hello you beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me today. Carmen Dalport here. Today I'm talking about the energies for the next few days for the new moon. So the new moon is on the 9th of February. These energies that we're talking about has been happening in the last few days and will keep the energies I'm talking about is about for the next 10 days. Okay, so into next weekend as well. And this month, February, is a month of change. It's the need for change. We can feel it in the collective energy as well. There is this need for change. We are ready for change. We are ready for it, but it's ready for it, but there's also this apprehension because we know what we know and we don't know where we're going when we change things. And I'm bringing that up because I've been tapping into the collective energy, and it's really sad at the moment. It is really, we are just so aware that globally we are just aware of the cruelty in this world, the closed hearts, and we so wish just to see the change. We so wish these wars to end. We so wish all this cruelty to end towards animals and human beings and to the planet itself. So there is that energy in the air at the moment of the sadness around what's happening, and that is part of the change energy we are in. It is this real, we want to see the change, and of course what we can change is what's happening inside of us, our own worlds, and whatever's happening inside is reflected without. So we are in a year of rapid changes and a lot of truths coming out, and especially this month we are there's a lot of truth coming out this month, and that's the theme for the rest of the year. So coming back to us personally, there is this, and we've been feeling it the last few days, the energy is just extraordinary. The one moment you can be feeling that you are literally buzzing with all the energy and you want to create, but then also you can be slowed down to integrate all these energies, but also to go inwards to listen to your inner voice, your intuition, because we are now, with this new moon and this coming week, we are receiving the guidance of what needs to change. Okay, now there is a very strong theme here around freedom and boundaries. So what do you need to free yourself from in life? What do you no longer want? And even what I found of myself, it's not even things that I don't want. It's things that I actually enjoy, but there is this very strong, no, this is no longer in alignment with you. You need to let this go, because everything in this world is energy, and we need to be very wise where we put our energy into, because otherwise we can empty ourselves and not lead the lives that we desire, but also that our soul wants to take us into. And so also what's happening is, so like I say, freedom. So this is, what do you need to release to create more space, more freedom in your life for where you're going, and also just to preserve your own energy and to bring things into your life that will fuel you more. And then the other one is boundaries. Boundaries is coming up really strong this week. There's people, situations that you are just done with. You're putting your boundaries up. I will no longer take this or allow this way of people treating me, or whatever the scenario might be for you. So those are two strong themes this week, is around freedom and boundaries. And like I say, this can be some things, these can be things that you even enjoy or that you thought is good for you that is now going, no, this needs to go now. And also what I'm seeing is there's a lot of illness around. So the body, and this is the theme for this year. For this year, there's illness coming up, whatever it is for you. And there's a reason for that. The reason is that we need to look after this physical being, and it's always sending us signals. And as a holistic health coach for many, many, many years, I so used to work with people that just ignore their bodies because too busy, can't deal with that. But we are now being reminded that we are in this physical being, and this is what we need to look after in order to live a happy, fulfilled life. So there can be aches and pains, just general aches and pains as well. But what I'm also seeing on top of that is also the ascension energies at the moment is also aches and pains. Okay, so if you're feeling any achiness in your muscles, in your bones, that is also ascension energies. But it can also be because you need to pay more attention to your physical health. Okay, so that's really coming up. So yes, so there is something deeper coming up inside of us, something that, and I've been talking about this in the last week's video as well, I think, about it's coming up for this. It's like there is this new path unfolding for you, and for some you are already on it and you're getting clearer on it. You're getting clearer on what exactly this path is. For others, this is now February, the turning point. This needs to change. This now needs to happen. We need to let go of the old way of being, thinking, whatever it is for you. It can just be a way of thinking, believing. But what I am seeing is big changes in the way you are living your life. And these changes are no longer waiting. It's coming through really strongly. So it's very important because we are getting these messages. It can be in our dream time. It can be when you're meditating, when you're exercising, whatever. It's very important to note them down. So journaling is a fantastic idea now to let it all flow out, like automatic writing. Also, it might be voice recording. I love doing that as well, because we will forget, because so much is happening at the moment. It's crazy. So this week we are getting these big psychic downloads, huge. I mean, I've been receiving them now for a few weeks. It's just immense. And actually there's one of them I want to share with you that was yesterday when I was meditating, and I ended up I was out of it, and I just became aware of these beings around me, and they're like huge, like giants. I've never seen them before, and I'm not going to describe them in detail because I'll tell you why in a minute. And I'm seeing them and I'm listening to them. There's two of them, and I'm listening to them, and I'm intrigued because first because it's so huge. There's a little bit of fear coming through, and then I realized, no, these are very strong, powerful, fierce beings, but in a beautiful way. There's no harm here for me. So I spoke up and I said to them, what did I say to them? I can't, but because what I heard them saying to each other was, and this is their job. This is why they are here. They're physically here on the earth, on another dimension I also will talk about in a minute. And their only reasons for being here is because there are more people now lost and confused than ever before. And their sole purpose for being here is to help us with that, to help us in those periods that we are so lost and so confused. And and they are like warriors. It's almost like they're coming to protect us because against something. And so I spoke up and I said to them, what do you mean, who are you, what do you mean? And they looked at me very surprised that I could see and hear them. But they are so confident, and they are they're huge, it's just humongous, and they just looked at me very surprised, ignored me, but they just showed in one direction, and I looked in the direction they pointed, and there was this big bright sun that just blinded me, but I could still hear them talking, and they brought in this light to take me out of wherever I am. I wasn't meant to be there, but obviously I was meant to be there, but not. So what happened was they are between dimensions, because normally when I visit other beings or other planes, it is a plane, it is a dimension, like the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11, 12. But they were in between, and they move in those in between planes, and that's why I've never seen them before, and they've never really been here before either. But they are solely here for us, in this time, on the world, because like I say, the collective consciousness is so sad. The collective consciousness is so confused. And that really comes through into us as well. Okay, so they are here for us, and many of us are, like I say, the psychic downloads and the gifts coming online now is just immense. So you do need to make the time to meditate, or however you open up to these gifts, or however you practice your gifts. Okay, this is the time now to really get into it now in February. So, okay, so these energies, so what we are seeing is huge awakenings worldwide. And these awakenings are not just for people that are not awake yet. These awakenings are also for people that are already awake. So it's a next level awakenings that's happening. Okay? And so these energies would, because these energies, this new moon is so strong, so powerful. It's a super new moon. It is also this week the beginning of the year of the dragon, the wood dragon. So we've got a lot of energy, and we've had 2 M-class solar flares this week on one day. And what they are, this actually brings me to also what I wanted to share is I'm going to make less of these energy updates. Okay, I'm also not going to actually do them anymore. I'm only going to do these energy updates now on big events like the solstice, the equinox, or the 8-8 portal, things like that. So I won't be doing this bi-weekly anymore unless there's something significant. My videos from now on will be more to share with you spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom. That's more what I'm going to go towards now. And that's my guidance that I'm receiving. And so this, and the reason why I'm saying that is because what's coming through is we are in this I will say 2 weeks. I will say actually the whole of February, this period of such big change that people are literally going to wake up in the morning and say, I'm done with this. I am not going back to that job. I am walking out of this relationship. I am whatever it can be. It can be anything. It can also be it's just huge changes. Like literally, it is pretty impressive actually that so much can happen in such a small period. So, which brings me also to, because the spiritual world is so busy now, we are growing spiritually so fast. that we do need to balance the physical and the spiritual. So again, coming back into the body, the aches and the pains, taking care of the body, but not just the body. Our lives here in the 3D, our responsibilities towards ourselves and the world around us. So what I mean by that is that even though we feel and we think, okay, that's it, that's what I'm going to do, that's it. It's to slow down, to really slow down and allow the steps, the bigger picture to unravel, okay? Because what I find is with these big psychic downloads and these huge aha moments, is that it doesn't mean you have to do just that now, okay? It is information that is helping you getting somewhere. It's information that's coming in for your body to start shifting and changing into that new vibration, which also reminds me of our bodies are changing, okay? So who we are now is completely different to who we were at the beginning of December, actually. And it's not that long ago, but we've been in this, I mean, December, January, and now February, we are literally transitioning our spiritual awareness. It's just, I mean, it's amplified hugely. So what am I trying to say? Slow down. Slow down. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just slow down if you can. And sorry. So what I also want to say is just to allow yourself to tap into both worlds, the physical and the spiritual, okay? If we tap into the spiritual world, we are really strengthening that now. But equally, here in the physical world, we need to make big changes now. And the two needs to be balanced. So how do you balance it? And what I'm finding is that if I'm around people now with energy that's not good, it's like my body is pushing me literally away from them. And like literally I'm being propelled away from these people with a lower vibrational energy. So how do you manage your energy when you are with people that is not a vibrational match, like by far, okay? How do you protect your energy field? How do you do that? To be really, become aware of that now. It's very important, okay? Because the split is becoming bigger between the people that are ascending and those that are descending. Because we do have people that are descending as well, okay? So that split is getting much bigger now, much bigger now. So how do you protect your energy? How do you protect your vibe? How do you protect your vibe, really? You don't want other people to influence the way you're feeling. So how do you do that? So, okay. Yeah. So this is where we are. We are in a very powerful week. Like I said, this is my last energy update that I will be doing. I will keep doing my channeled messages for my newsletter subscribers. So do head over to my website, carmendelbo.com. Link is below. And sign up to my newsletter for my channeled messages. I will also put out videos that are more wisdom teachings, and I'll be sharing some of those only to my newsletter subscribers and some on here. And I'm wishing you a beautiful February of spectacular change. And yes, it's scary. And that is why we have these magnificent beings coming here to be with us, because so many of us are scared for the humongous changes in this world that we don't want to see. And equally, our lives are being affected by it. So we need to make those wise decisions at the moment of how do we look after ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay? So ask for guidance and you shall receive it. Okay? And as always, I'm available for spiritual mentoring and healing wherever you are in this beautiful world. Um, let's see how this journey unfolds. I know that I am on a big shift at the moment, a huge shift, and looking forward to see how this all unravels. And that's how we need to look at it. We need to enjoy this ride, and not be and not add to the collective fear and worry and sadness, but to try and manage our own energies as best as possible. Okay, so actually the energy update I did do now was until the end of February, almost next 2 weeks. Yeah, next 2 weeks. So sending you much love, beautiful souls. Thank you for being here. Please like, share it, and big changes. Bye.